Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Blaine. I'm here with my boy Brooks. Welcome to the 12th Man Podcast. Roma boys in the building. I'm not a Roma fan, but my boy plays there now, so I gotta represent. But before that, let's talk about what went on in the Premier League, Brooks. So, second week, match week number 2 for all of the leagues except, Serie A, who had their first week, but we'll get to that later. But first things first, me being a Chelsea fan, you being an Arsenal man. Let's talk about it's not North London, but just the London derby. Which weird, dude, Arsenal had 2 games. Their first 2 games are against 2 London clubs.
I think and Chelsea too, right?
Who did we play? Oh, yeah, Crystal Palace. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, that's nuts. That's so crazy. Okay, that's really crazy.
The first week, they got it in the first week.
They got it in, and I think the scores were the same. It was 2.
Yeah.
Or no, we got 3. It was 3-0. But Arsenal, their result was the same. 2-0 from Brentford, 2-0 from the Blues. Let's go. Man, we had our man Romelu Lukaku straight in from Milan, landed, put straight into the starting lineup, did a shirt swap with Tammy, saw him on the way out. And all I gotta say is that he looked good. He looked so good. Back to the goal. He turned about 4 times. It had 4 shots deflected, But I gotta say, man, he had your boy, what's his name, Pablo Mari?
Dude, that guy shouldn't even be in the Premier League. But yeah, he had him every which way. He was owning that whole defense today. He stood the ball up well, turns so well. He turns so well. So he could have easily scored a lot more. But he looked really good. Looked super fit. Looks like he loves playing there. Loved the team. He seems like a really team-focused guy, so it was really good to see him put a goal through on his debut. That was amazing.
The debut tap-in, people were mad about the tap-in. You know how the Manchester fans are. They said he had a heavy touch and he's a tap-in merchant. My homeboy, that's a Man City fan, hit me talking about he's a poacher, but I got no time for the hate.
Listen, say what you will. This dude, Serie A Player of the Year last year, he's peaking. He's scored his first game he scored a goal in his first game already. So you can't say much about him except for he looks like he's gonna have another great season.
Yeah, he's poised to have another great season. Chelsea, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. I'm not delusional, but Chelsea, we haven't conceded in 2 games. Granted, it wasn't the highest level of competition, but
right.
Bro, I really think Chelsea has a shot at the title this season.
We'll see how things go.
Running at defenses. I was just saying, him scoring goals, running at defenses, making opportunities for other guys. Like Mace could have had a few. Reece James got one. Kai could have had one. A few shout out to Leno. He had some really good saves too. So it's not he's certainly not the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League. So against some of the teams that don't have the, let's say, luxury of having a good goalkeeper. Mm-hmm. Speaking of goalkeepers, though, is Ramsdale better than Bernd Leno? Did you guys sign Ramsdale?
Yeah.
Is he better?
So that's it's really tough because he's getting a ton of hate right now amongst, Arsenal supporters and really everyone. Tim Sherwood, who couldn't even keep a Tottenham job, so stay in your lane. But, he got relegated the last 2 seasons, which doesn't look good, but he was playing for Sheffield and what was the other one? I don't even know the other one. He's not on good teams. He did make it to the Euros for the England side. So he's got to be good. Everything I read about him, the coaches love his attitude, his work ethic. I saw some highlights. He has some pretty amazing saves. He can come out of the box a lot quicker and a lot easier than Bernd Leno. And he just looks more comfortable than Bernd Leno does coming out of the box and kind of being more of a sweeper keeper. Mm-hmm. So I just... I'm happy that someone will actually be able to provide some competition for Bernd Leno. That's kind of what Arsenal needs. That dude hasn't felt out of a job since he got there. I think I'm also, biased because I'm Argentine, but Emi was the better goalkeeper in my opinion. But there was no way that Bernd Leno wasn't going to be the number 1 over that guy, which I don't ever understand. And that's the other thing too, is that Arsenal fans are and the whole footballing world is you literally sold Emi Martinez. He won the Copa. He's been great with Aston Villa. And you sold him for 25 or 30. Now you just bought Aaron Ramsdale for 23 to 30. It just doesn't make sense why you would do that. But he's young, he's British, and that's what they were looking for. He's really good with the ball at his feet, I guess. And we'll just have to see. I mean, I'm not trying to hate. I want to be on the side of let's hope that he does well, and let's root for them.
Okay, well, we're rooting for him then. Ramsdale,
Yeah.
we're rooting for you. We hope you succeed in North London.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to get a lot of opportunities to stop shots. I'll tell you that much. That much is, you might get a number one spot for London after all the shots you save, because they're going to expose you. All right.
Yeah, they're going to be. And speaking of that, like Ben White wasn't even in the squad because Arsenal can't get COVID under control. So.
That might have been, it could have. Yeah, I won't say anything. He probably was happy he had COVID. That's all I'm going to say.
I would want to be out until the international break if I was an Arsenal player. They got City next and then the break, so
yeah.
Yikes.
Yep, I got COVID. Man, listen, I have COVID until mid-September, so don't look at me. All right.
But no, Chelsea looked good. Romelu Lukaku looks good. It's just a monster. That dude is so strong and he's so quick for his size. It was good to see. But yeah, he was just too good. Yeah,
delighted. Can't wait to buy the ugly home kit with his name on the back.
It's awful.
Oh man. All right, let's move on. Manchester United. Drew, but let's talk about Pogba.
Yeah. 5 assists in 2 games?
5 assists in 2 games. Last season he had 3. 5 assists
the whole
in 2
season?
games. Whole season he had 3. 5 assists
Dang.
in 2 games. I mean, they drew today, but I mean, they look like they have, like they're another high contender. Pogba looks great. And I mean, I guess that's really all I wanted to say was just 5 assists in 2 games, right? There's not much
you got to throw out the respect for Pogba. He doesn't get enough. He's been looking good. On the other side of Manchester, Jack Grealish scored on his home debut. So the Manchester clubs both looking good. Yeah, it's going to be I think it's going to be a really good title race this year. It's something that I'm really excited for. It seems like obviously Liverpool are up there. They haven't lost yet. City's always going to be up there. Chelsea looks really good. Man U is looking good. So it's going to be, Tottenham hasn't lost, unfortunately. So, Harry Kane stepped up for the last, few minutes of that game. So it's going to be an exciting year. I'm really excited about this. So not just in England either. It's going to be a pretty good season. It looks everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of elsewhere, let's pop over to La Liga, which also looks like it's going to be a really exciting season with your usual suspects, but, without Messi or Ronaldo or any, I'm not going to say any high-profile player because there's tons of high-profile players playing in Spain, but like a top 2 player, if we're going to say that. But, I mean, are Barcelona in trouble, Brooks?
I don't know. Memphis looked really good. He scored a screamer. That thing was coming off his foot like it was on fire. So that was amazing.
It broke through the top of the net almost.
He looked really good. He's playing off the ball really well. He also obviously, looks like he's ready to score anytime he gets the ball. He should have had another one. He knew it too. But I don't know, man. Eric Garcia just got walked all over. He did not look good yesterday after having a pretty good week, or a pretty good game the week before. Frankie de Jong looked pretty good. It's tough because I don't know that. It's tough just because every one of those squad players or every one of those players knows that like Barca's in a lot of trouble off the field. So I don't know how much that plays on your like mental, your psyche, but it can't be easy to work with week in and week out. But they definitely look good. With Memphis Depay, Frankie de Jong looks like he's settling in and creating quite a bit of chances. He had a shot off the post yesterday. I don't know. Trouble, anytime you lose Messi, I would say you're in quite a bit of trouble. But Memphis looks like he's trying to step up and kind of take that mantle. They just need a replacement for Braithwaite. No hate, but maybe just a little bit. This dude, scores 2 last week. Says everybody likes to talk. I do my talking on the pitch, but then he got yanked from the pitch. Missed some sitters, pulled him, didn't even play the full 90. He has to score more goals if they're gonna. They need someone who can score more. Memphis can score too. I don't really know if that's kind of the role that he's gonna play in Barca. Maybe it is, but they definitely need like a number 9 that can come through. Maybe Hope Aguero's that guy. What do you say?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like the new number 19 Sergio Kun Aguero, I mean, if he can get back in shape and stay healthy, I mean, he got injured in the preseason, but if he can get healthy and stay healthy, I feel like he could easily score 25 goals in this squad. Another guy in the similar vein of Kun Aguero that's always injured is my main man, Ousmane Dembele. If he could get healthy and stay healthy, he could probably get 15 goals and 15 assists.
Yeah. Yeah, if those two can stay healthy as well as the rest of the squad can stay healthy, I don't think they're in much trouble at all. I think they probably have. I think they have the best squad in La Liga, but if they could just stay healthy is the thing. Kun can never stay healthy a whole season. So
Glass cannon Kun.
Same thing with Dembele. So that's just kind of tough right there. But if they could, pull a season together where they're healthy, then I think they have a really good squad to challenge for the title.
Agreed, man. Well, okay, yeah, I agree. Yeah, they have a really good squad, and if they stay healthy, and they can get also like if they can get some guys back, like they get Ousmane back, they get Ansu Fati back, they get Gerard Piqué back, and he can stay healthy for at least 25 to 30 games this season.
He's the reason they kept it so close yesterday for the time that he was in. He had a couple great goal-saving efforts.
Yeah. Speaking of Gerard, I still need to order I got to get his home kit too.
The long sleeve?
The long sleeve. I got to figure out how to get it and where to get it. So.
Yeah, I just learned that he's 10 years younger than Shakira.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You didn't know? Yeah.
Did we talk about that last week or no?
We didn't talk about it, but okay. I just remember, me and Kaylee went to a Barcelona game before the pandemic, and I was like, yo, that's Shakira's husband. And, she did her Googles. She was like, dang, she robbed the cradle. Got that young boy.
Yeah, but you can't tell. Looking at her, you still think she's...
Fountain of youth.
20s, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shakira. Shout out to the South Americans keeping it young.
Yep. Yeah. Does she still make music, though? This isn't about that. Does she still make music?
She came out with an album maybe 2 years ago, or less than that.
Tell me if this is true. So I remember when Messi finally got married, I was told that Shakira was not invited to the wedding because Messi's wife didn't want her there still in all the limelight.
Wow, I never heard that.
Okay. It could, it might, I think it came out of a newspaper in Madrid, so maybe they're just trying to sow some contention in the squad or something, but.
We could Google that. I never heard that though.
Yeah, I read it, but you never know.
Dang.
But anyway, shout out to Gerard Piqué, shout out to Shakira, shout out.
What Messi did do was donate his food to the homeless shelters. All leftover food from their wedding, he was like, just give this to everybody in need in the area, and so that's cool.
Yeah, his character's not in question. I'm not just saying his wife. I'm just saying I feel like she's well within her right. That's your wedding, You don't want to be overshadowed by anybody. So it's if you're bringing
Shakira,
the biggest pop star, yeah.
She's the Messi of the female side, of the women's side in South America.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can understand why you wouldn't want her there. It's they're taking more pictures of her than they are you. It's people came there and they just want to see Shakira.
Trying to find Shakira, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would hurt. That would hurt your feelings.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So yeah, if that was the case, I think everybody would understand. So no disrespect. But as far as Madrid, though, they're also looking pretty decent. Both sides. I think, did Atletico win their game this week? I think Atletico did.
I don't even pay attention. I just figured they were going to win. That's...
Yeah. Well, dude, I thought Real Madrid was going to win, but they ended up tying today, 3-3. Yeah,
Gareth Bale came in and scored. Your boy Vinny came out with 2.
Yeah, my man Vinny Jr. with the brace, man. I hope that, I don't want Madrid to win La Liga, but I'm never rooting for players that I like to do poorly. So I hope that those guys can do good and show their worth and, pull their weight into a runner-up or a third best in the league. But make no mistake, I'm rooting for Barcelona in Spain.
Nice. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I guess they can, if these rumors about Mbappe are true, if he does actually leave and he does choose to, for some reason, go to Madrid, then they have a very good chance of winning the league with that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the weird thing. So I guess we could talk about that real quick. So PSG, they're doing fine. I think Mbappe finally got his first official goal since the one from the first week was called off. The team's looking good. They're playing well. They're not even at full strength yet.
No.
I just can't understand. So, like, it's the Madrid squad right now. It's like you got Benzema. You still got, like, you know, Gareth Bale. Your usual suspects. You know, Carvajal. Or not Carvajal. Who'd you say? Cruz, Modric. Like, all those guys. But, like, they're all old, dude. I don't know why you would want to go play for Real Madrid right now and leave a team that has Messi and Neymar and Di Maria and Ramos and Donnarumma and Marquinhos and everybody else that all your French friends on. Like, I don't know why you would leave that to go play for Real Madrid. Like, especially when you're like, Madrid's going to be there in 5 years. They're going to be there in 10 years. And unless something goes horribly wrong, they're going to be fine. Like, like, why leave? Why would you ever do that?
Yeah, I don't get that. And that's the thing. That's like, it's hard to kind of separate what's fact versus what's like what the rumor mills are spreading. But the fact is, he hasn't signed an extension. But I'm with you. Like, why would you want, at least right now? And so I don't think that he wants to leave right now. I just don't think that he wants to, like, do PSG the honor of signing an extension so that they don't lose him for free when this season's over. And I mean, he doesn't have to. Like, he doesn't have to. It would be nice for PSG. Really, they don't need it. But again, like, he doesn't have to do that. I think that's just kind of the big thing. It's like, please sign this so we don't lose you for free, but we're not losing you for, like, anything this year. Like, you know, and I don't necessarily know that he literally wants to leave now. You would have to be quite like, silly to think that, like, oh, I'm going to leave right when we get Messi, right when we get Ramos, right when we get Donnarumma, literally the toughest squad that's probably ever been built, at least in the last 20 years, to win this Champions League. Why not just stay with the squad now and then leave for free if that's, you know, on the cards or whatever? But PSG, they really don't care if they're going to lose him for free. I mean, obviously they care, but they can afford to lose him for free. I just think that's the biggest thing, is it's like, well, we don't want to lose the golden boy for nothing. And so that's where I think most of the rumors are stemming from, is that he hasn't yet signed that contract. I don't see him leaving this year. I could be wrong, but I just don't see him leaving in probably the best chance and losing out on the best chance he'll ever have at winning a Champions League.
Yeah. You're certainly not going to do it with Madrid. Not
no time soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe
they had that ship has sailed for Madrid.
Yeah, the window closed. Like, your best shot at winning Champions League right now is PSG, Man City, Chelsea, Bayern Munich. If I'm being honest, I feel like those are the 4 teams that could win Champions League in the next 1 or 2 seasons. Yeah. And anywhere else, I mean, anything's possible in the sport, but, you know, it would be like a long shot. Like, Chelsea was a long shot when they won it, and now they've built on that success, and now they're real contenders. And never underestimate Madrid, but I mean, Chelsea knocked them out last season without a striker, so and they haven't gotten better this season.
Who hasn't?
Madrid. No. Like, they picked up David Alaba, they lost Ramos, they got Gareth Bale back. Yeah. And who?
Varane.
Oh yeah, and Raphael Varane. That's right. Yeah. Oh man, Man U hasn't even played for Man U yet.
No.
Good grief, this is scary.
Yeah, Man U is going to be, I mean, not to, like, go all over the place, but yeah. So I'm with you. Like, I think Mbappe stays. I think that it's not going to look great when he leaves on a free next year, if that's the case. But I hope he signs an extension. I hope that he signs an extension. I mean, and look, like, to be honest, Messi's not going to finish out his career with PSG either. I mean, I think that maybe his European career, probably, that's probably going to happen. But he's going to go to Argentina. He may go to Miami, which is what Beckham keeps talking about. But Beckham got to do something, because even his backroom staff and the people on his payroll were like, we didn't build a club. We, like, built a lifestyle brand. And it shows, like, they're not great, not to get sidetracked. But, yeah.
It's a lifestyle. There's more pictures of Beckham strutting his stuff on their IG than players playing. And certainly not winning games. I don't follow MLS a ton, but they're not winning games. games.
No, but Chad will send me, shout out to Chad. Chad will send me like random clips of like literally making fun of Inter Miami, and it's always of Gonzalo Higuain's freaking waste of a number 9. And he's literally just walking. He's just taking that paycheck.
Yeah, you can't blame them for that. They should have known. They should have known, man. Speaking of Inter Miami, I think my boy Willian might be headed there soon too, though.
Hopefully he gets off that Arsenal payroll, because that was a mistake. The one time I really don't want Arsenal to keep taking Chelsea's, like, not garbage, but Chelsea's, like, whoever they don't want anymore. But Tammy Abraham would have been good. I mean, speaking of him, are we ready to move on to Serie A?
No, we can. I mean, let's talk about him. Let's talk about Tam.
Dude, such a good first game today. He had 2 assists, got a guy a red card, was on fire, had a ton of passion, which I always feel like he comes with passion. He like leaves it all out there. He's always super emotional. I love that, yelling, screaming, just like, I love the way he played. I love his game. But he had a really good game for Roma today.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's a baller. That's the thing. Like, you get half a season with Thomas Tuchel at Chelsea, and he, just because he doesn't like you and doesn't play you, it's like all of a sudden people are questioning whether or not you can score goals. And it's like his whole career, he's scored goals. Aston Villa, 37 appearances, 25 goals. He played for Chelsea, obviously he played for Chelsea, and he got 21 goals in like 60 appearances. Bristol City, which lower leagues, but still 23 goals in like 40 some odd appearances. And now
he can score.
He can score. He can set them up. He's quick. He's tall. He just needs to get a little bit more muscle on him. He's an elite deal. Did we talk about him last week?
We did.
Okay, so I mean, I'm glad Chelsea put a buyback clause in his contract. So after 2 years, they can get him back for 80. But yeah, I think he's gonna do great things at Roma. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Roma fan, but you're gonna see me in Roma colors this season because I'm gonna be watching my man.
Yeah, we were actually supposed to be there. We had put this trip planned out. Chad and I, Grace was gonna come, her first one ever, but. Yeah, I don't know that it's going to happen, especially with the stadiums that not even close to full capacity. But yeah, I mean, I've been to more Roma games than anyone else, than any other team. So I was happy when he went there, because Edin Dzeko was getting old, just seemed to just not care anymore, which I don't know how he thought himself at Inter, but I'm really glad that Roma picked him up. They looked really good today. He's almost like, I don't know, he brings this type of, I'm not saying he's the same kind of player as Lukaku, but he kind of brings that kind of energy as Lukaku does. He's just, I think he's a super young, talented player. I really think that it was kind of unfair the way he was treated with the last 6 months there at Chelsea, but hopefully he does some good things as Roma can get back in the Champions League, and at least like challenging for the top 4. I don't know, the title race, whatever.
We'll see, man, because I mean, I know you're no fan of the manager, but I support Jose Mourinho, so I think, like, if there's a man for the job to at least get them back into top 4, and with the squad that they have, I think, like, I don't think they can compete with even Inter Milan. I still think is a top tier team. Like, they lost 2 players. They got Edin Dzeko, who might be more motivated around a team that's better, like in terms of like personnel. Like, you got like their midfield. You know, you still got like Arturo Vidal who has something, Barella, Brazanovic. Lautaro Martinez is not going anywhere. The boy is not for sale. So, like, they still kept the majority of their core team. And then, like, you know, Juventus will always be a contender. I don't know how is AC Milan good this season? I haven't really checked for them yet.
I mean, they lost the greatest goalkeeper in Europe.
That's true.
So
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that remains to be seen. They're in Champions League, so we'll see how this season pans out for them without Donnarumma. But that was a huge loss. I mean, they still have Ibra, who's injured. He's not playing right now. But I don't know. I think that they're good. I mean, they're definitely top 4 material. I guess we'll have to see. To be honest, like, the Italian league has been taking shape the last couple of years. It's been a lot more fun to watch, with these other teams giving some challenge to Juventus. So I think that they're definitely up there. I think that, you know, they made Champions League. I think they'll do it again this year. A couple good signings is really, you know, what they're away from for really challenging for the league. But I don't know. It's fun to watch them always, especially with Ibra. It's always fun to watch anybody or Ibra on any team. So yeah, I don't know. I hope that they do well. I really like Ibra. I want to see him play till he's 50.
He probably could, dude. Guy's drinking from the fountain of youth. He's doing the unthinkable. Starting, playing, shrugging it off. So
Yeah,
I guess we'll see. AC Milan, Champions League.
Yeah.
Hope it's not a detriment. Do they have depth though? Like
Not so much, no.
So
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
so.
okay, well we'll see. We'll see. Because all I'll say is like Inter Milan got dumped out of, Champions League.
Yeah.
And I think that was part of the reason they were able to excel in winning the Serie A.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But I mean, I just feel like certain teams, like, you can only focus on one objective, and you like, because your squad, like, you don't have like a squad like Man City or Chelsea where it's like you got 22 players that can walk into any squad and start and you can play half of them for tournaments and the other half for the league. And it's like you got guys like even like, what was it, like Pedri at Barcelona played like 52 games before he had a break.
But yeah, which was just yesterday.
Yeah, like that's absurd. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
And he's a kid. I mean, he's still a kid, right? He's like under 22 at least, right? I don't know what his exact age.
I think he is even maybe younger, maybe not. Yeah, he's young. I'm gonna turn on this light real quick because I don't know if it's. Yeah, he's young.
He's a child.
But he's good.
Yeah. Barcelona, Spain rising star Pedri will finally get a break. That's so sad for him. That's so sad.
But at that age, I mean, I remember being 18, never had this back pain. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Could go to boxing.
Yeah, dude. For real though. Like, at 18, like I could play like indoor soccer 4 nights a week and then go compete on Saturday. Like nothing happened. These days it's like 2 games a week max, and I have to have like 3 days rest in between them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not something they should do to him every season, but I think as an 18-year-old doing that this year is fine.
Yeah. Definitely give him some huge bargaining situations too for his next contract. Like, I was this important to a squad, like,
and a nation.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's how Barcelona gets in trouble in the first place, is people telling them how valuable they are and how much more money they need. So
right.
Maybe that won't be the case. But 2 years ago, he could have got 300 a season or 300 a week. Okay. All right. Well, that's I guess that was mostly for Serie A. Last thing I think we wanted to talk about over in Italy was so we talked about your usual suspects. But Juventus, word on the street was the Cristiano Ronaldo told Juventus that he did not want to start the game because he's anticipating a transfer, or he wants to leave the club. Juventus drew 2-2. Ronaldo had a late header that was called offside. I personally think he wasn't offside. Like, they said like his shoulder was like 2 millimeters offside. I thought they were going to stop doing that this season, but
yeah, is that only England that's going to stop doing that? Because that was
is that it?
I don't know, but that would have been called off in England last year, but this year it wouldn't have. I mean, but who knows?
Well, who knows? But who knows? Where's he going to go? Like, what are the options for Mr. CR7? He was on Instagram talking about, don't disrespect me. I'm never going back to Madrid. But he didn't say he's never leaving Juventus. And now he didn't start. Is he leaving? What do you think?
I mean,
and where could he go if he did?
He is. What?
Yeah. Where do you think he could go at this point?
I mean, everyone is saying PSG. I just really don't see that. I mean, I guess it could happen. I don't see PSG happening. But other than PSG, I don't know. I mean, would he go to Bayern if Lewandowski leaves?
Oh man, conspiracy theorist. I love it, Brooks. That's such a good conspiracy. That wouldn't be bad.
Because Lewandowski wants to leave.
Yeah, he wants a new challenge. Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, he's done it in England. He's done it. Well, sorry, keep going.
No. I was just saying, you go first and then I'll go.
I was just going to say he's done it in England. He's done it in Spain. He tried Italy. The only thing that's left really is, aside from PSG, is Germany.
Yeah. Yo, there's no better team. Yeah, and if Lewandowski wants to leave, I mean, ideally he would go play for his old boss back in Manchester City, play for Pep.
Yeah.
Just plug Ronaldo right in there, give him a 1 season contract with an extension. Him just pop goals and those guys will work for him. And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you see with Lewandowski, 33-year-old who's still coming up with a ton of goals a season. And yeah, I mean, the thing is that if this is to be believed, who knows? But Juventus still has got 0 offers for Ronaldo. So
yeah.
He may want to leave, but I don't know where he would go if nobody wants him. Not saying no one wants him, but Juve's not getting any offers for him yet. So I don't know where he'd go. I don't know. I mean, if Lewandowski does leave, I do see that as being a pretty good fit for them at Bayern Munich. So
yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't know what Juve's evaluation is, like how much they want for him, but if they sold, like if Manchester City entertained Lewandowski for £100 million, Bayern Munich, historically a cheap club in terms of transfers, but
yeah,
if they wanted like 50 or 60 million, I could see them, putting 40 in the pocket, giving 60 to Juventus, and giving half of it to Ronaldo for his salary, and maybe making an exception for having because historically they don't pay their players as much as other teams, but yeah. I could see them putting Ronaldo on like £300 a week or €300. I don't know. Something interesting. Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens, but
yeah, I mean, especially for him, if he does want to win, I do think that Bayern Munich is probably the better team. They also have Serge Gnabry, who came up with a couple goals today, so I don't know. That kid's good. Arsenal should have never let him go, but I don't know. Maybe Bayern Munich is looking at this like, well, I mean, we would like to keep Lewandowski, but maybe we've got a replacement for him when he does leave next year. If we let whatever. I don't know. It was just a thought that Ronaldo would be a good fit. He's kind of the same type of player as Lewandowski a little bit. Just a goal scoring machine, and Bayern Munich know how to get him the goals, and I think that's the player Ronaldo is. He wants to win things, he wants to score goals, and that's kind of a good fit for him, it looks like.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the only other thing that would make sense for me, because I know Bayern has a few young guys. I think there's a guy named Musiala that comes off the bench. They got your boy Choupo-Moting coming off the bench. Yo, shout out to what's his name, Eric Maximin, Choupo-Moting Jr., whatever. Anyway, but the thing that would make yeah, too long, too many 300 character email. But I'm for me, for Bayern Munich, what would make sense for them is next year they would go for Erling Haaland like everybody else, because they love to take players from Dortmund,
right,
and every other club in Germany.
Yeah.
So maybe they take Ronaldo and put him on a year with second year for an option, and bring Erling Haaland in, and I don't know. I feel like people could use it. Would be very easy to use Ronaldo as a tool to get other players to join your club.
Yeah.
Come train with Ronaldo before he retires, and
I just really hope Haaland doesn't do that to Dortmund. That would just. I guess that they kind of do this to themselves. They have the option to not sell their people to their biggest rival, but I would hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, I mean, it sucks, because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, dude, what if Haaland just ends up going to Bayern Munich?
Well, dude, I mean, Robert Lewandowski came from Dortmund.
That's what I'm saying.
For free. He
Mario
came
Götze.
For free. Mario, yeah.
Mats Hummels. Putting him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, what did you say?
He came and won a few titles, then went back.
And he's like, yeah, let me get back there. Yeah, I mean, that's what I love. I mean, one of the reasons I love Marco Reus so much is he just came out and said, that's not happening with me. So, thank you, next. But I would just hope that Erling Haaland wouldn't do that. But I mean, it's well within his right to do that, to go and win everything. He just lost the DFB Pokal to them a few days ago. So
he looked mad too. He looked mad.
Great assist.
Yeah, man. Marco Reus, that was a shot too. Heck of a shot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else we got, man? Anything else interesting or of note to discuss this last week in football?
I mean, let's see if Messi starts this weekend. I kind of want him to start at home. So, what a lot of the people are saying, like, nah, he's not going to start until he gets home. Why not just not play him this week and then have that international break, get him trained up a little bit more, and then start him at a home game would be amazing. Martin Odegaard at Arsenal, that was a good pickup. I don't really think that there's much else
about Martin Odegaard. Isn't that kind of awkward? He told Arsenal fans bye. They give his shirt to Smith Rowe. He goes to Madrid. Carlo Ancelotti basically says, we don't need or want you. Go find a new home. Then he's back in London.
Yeah, he said goodbye because his loan spell ended, obviously. It was only a 6-month loan, so he went back. But he liked London. I mean, he liked the team. He liked it was similar to Emi Martinez. He just wanted to play. It's like, dude, like, stop loaning me out. Like, you've been loaning me out since I was 16 years old. So I just think that he just wanted somewhere to get first team football, just somewhere that he could, like, I don't know, lay down roots, or just somewhere that he knew he'd be living for the next few years. So, and that kind of like normalcy, I think that helps a lot. And I think he is a great player. People are like, oh, he only scored like 1 and set up 2, but dude, like, you do not have a great squad to work with. Like, no offense to Aubameyang, like, the year before, maybe Odegaard would have had 10, 12 assists, but Aubameyang alone only scored 10 goals last year. Lacazette had like 12 or 15. Like, you can't hate on this kid for coming into England and only being there 6 months and having a couple assists and a goal, but because he did open it up, he was much more creative. He had way more expected assists and chances created than most people within that time frame that he was there. It's just that Arsenal cannot score a goal. So I think he's really great, and I do think that was some good bit of business. I know it's not like a James Madison or, I don't know, a Messi that, everyone wants their team to sign. But I think that he's just happy to like have somewhere to call home and stop being loaned out places.
That's fair. Yeah, and I mean, for the record, I like Martin Odegaard. I think he's a solid player. I wish Madrid would have given him a shot. Yeah. But I mean, there's certainly worse places you could go than Arsenal for your start. And I mean, as Arsenal, like, they're going to have a bad season, there's no doubt about that. But as they transition and maybe get rid of some of their old guys and get some more young guys in attack and defense, but their midfield is looking good. So
yeah, I mean, someone brought up a good point, which you just brought up. Like, everyone they're signing is, I think, under 23. Ramsdale, Odegaard, Sambi. I texted you today. That kid looked good. He's 23, first time in England. Had some great through balls. Pinged some over to the left side to Kieran Tierney, who's also less than 23 or 23 and under. They're building a young squad. Yeah, they're going to struggle this year. It's not going to be fun to like be an Arsenal fan, but I think in the future, though, I don't know. Who knows? It's Arsenal. You'll never know with them, but I think he's a good signing.
Yeah, last thing about Arsenal, and then I'm going to drop it. I feel like they're maybe 2.5 signings and a coach away from competing again.
Yeah.
And
what signings? Striker?
I think like, I don't mind Nicolas Pepe, if I'm being honest. I don't mind the guy at all. I don't mind Nicolas Pepe. I feel like they need a striker, they need a center back. And maybe if they picked up James Madison or maybe Odegaard will be that guy to step in. And then like, I think the rest of their guys, I mean, some of their guys I feel like they probably let go prematurely, but I mean, who knows what goes on? Your boy, was it Joe that went to Newcastle?
Joe Willock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was silly.
But maybe he was asking for $250K a season or a week, and they said no. I don't know. I don't know the politics between.
He was just asking for playing time, and they were like, no. So it's okay. Newcastle wants me, and I scored 6 goals in my little loan spell there the last few weeks of the season. Let's do this. That was good business from them, from Newcastle. They need a striker. They need somebody that can actually score some goals. Hopefully Ben White's good too. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he could have a rough, beginning of the season or first few months, and he could come correct. You never know.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I wouldn't be, so down. Like, a kid on my team is also an Arsenal fan. We were texting today, and he's just like, man, like, I already know it's gonna suck. It's gonna be a long season. And my dad said the same thing, and I was like, and you
your
said the
dad's
same
a big
thing.
Arsenal fan.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm with you guys, but like, you do have something to look forward to, like, because all those boys are young. It's not like a situation where you're like Norwich, where like half your players are like 20, like all your players are in their prime, and you're still struggling to get by.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
And people still want to come to Arsenal. Like first off, you're London. Second off, like Arsenal's always gonna have support. They're all like I don't know, like there's always an opportunity to thrive at a big club, and Arsenal's still a big club. So
You're right.
like, I mean, the money, like they need to get their signings, right? Because they're not afraid to spend. Like they showed they'll spend money this
130 plus or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they just, it was questionable, some of the decisions they made, but like,
Yeah.
anyway, that's all.
Yeah, no, but you're right, and they are young, and even aside from just their signings of this season, like they have Folarin Balogun, who's like 21 or something, so he's still young. Obviously, Bukayo Saka is way young, so they do have a very young squad. That Gabriel Martinelli, even Pepe is still. I mean, he's not young, but he's youngish. But yeah, their whole squad is kind of. People are saying, oh, they're primed to peak at the right time, and let's just see if they can. But I think you're right. Like a coach that can get them to peak is going to be the next thing. We'll see if it's Arteta. I didn't like that to begin with. I didn't like him as an Arsenal player. I thought he was too. He missed a couple crucial penalties, and I was like, nah, never again with this guy. But we'll see.
Okay. Well, all right, then I guess we should probably leave it at that. We'll see. But in the meantime, we'll prepare for the next week. And thank you everybody for spending your time. Okay, I sound like an idiot. Brooks, take us away.
Shout out to Tammy Abraham and AS Roma. And we'll see you in a week. Hopefully he keeps pulling through for them.
All right. Later,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you.